With new cosmic energy, there's a call for balance within, the balance of learning and sharing. What's a better way to share what you've learned than through podcasts? Now you can get started easy with Anchor. Anchor is a creation tool that you can use to record and edit for free from your phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so that you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast in one place. You can download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started right now. Hey there, and welcome back to Leo the Lion. I'm your host, Leo, and today in this intro, I want to talk about the color blue. You know, in the color psychology, they say that the color blue is the feeling of calmness or serenity, tranquility, security, and order. But when we think of the color blue as an emotion, we think about sadness, depression, very low feeling. So I really sat and thought about that, because how do we get tranquility and serenity and depression when it comes to the color blue? It's very interesting. I really just want you to sit and think about the frequency of blue. Between the colors of violet, which is the highest frequency, and green, which is a love frequency, that's how we get blue. I feel like there's a lot of mixed feelings around the color blue, but what we're going to talk about today in this episode is the feeling of depression and why it's connected to blue. Also, what is depression and how can we overcome that feeling? Whether we are dealing with seasonal depression or chronic depression. This is something I want to talk about because depression is something I dealt with for most of my childhood and early adult ages, and I didn't quite understand why or what was going on. This episode is not meant to be a replacement for, an actual diagnosis. I can only share with you my personal experiences. So with that said, let's go. So if you know me by now, you know that I like to do definitions, okay? This just makes everything clear for you and me so that we're on the same page. So, what's the definition for depression? Wow. It is a severe feeling of low spirits or a loss in hope and courage and faith. And, out of my own experience, I've realized, I've told you guys plenty of times, when I was younger, I lost my faith in the church. There's a lot of things that I saw that just didn't add up, like contradicting AF. And, at the time, everyone tells you that if it contradicts, it's not right, which I've come to learn that, this is a side note. Just because it contradicts doesn't make it wrong. So losing my faith and losing my hope, not even just in God, but, I lost my hope for humanity. I thought that, as humans, we were doomed for damnation and destruction because we just can't get it right, There's a quote that I was reading from the Bible. I can't remember what book is from. I want to say Jeremiah, but I can't remember. But it was like the Lord speaking, and he was like, I've laid out this smooth path, but you choose to take the bumpy road. And I feel like that's very much how, as we are as humans. Okay, so when it comes down to depression, I've learned that it is a feeling that we feel when we have lost faith or hope, right? And although it's a low feeling that we get, it's actually a good sign because, if you're feeling depression, what it is telling you that you are you're off track, you're off of, your purpose or your path. And it's pretty much a feeling to let us know that, it's like a red flag. Like, hey, something's not right. You're feeling low. This is a sign that something's not right. The reason why I say it's a good sign is, like I said in the intro, when we think of depression, it's connected to the color blue. And blue, we get the color blue from, mixed in violet and green. And those are both like higher frequency colors. I mean, honestly, if we're thinking about the chakras, that's that's literally the middle chakra between our heart and our third eye. It's the throat chakra. It's how we speak up or defend ourselves. It's how we say what's on our mind. It is how we are able to bring our thoughts into tangible form. And so what that means is, when you're dealing with depression, what you feel in your heart and what you see or know to be true is out of alignment. And so that's why, we get the loss in faith, because there's the confusion. And this could be because of, restrictions that people have put on us. But it could also be restrictions that we put on ourselves. I'm saying it's a good thing, but like, it can be pretty rough, because with that feeling, we may not know how to get back on track, especially if we lost faith and hope. Like, how do we find that? First of all, I'll say that this can be controversial, and I'm sure everybody's experience is completely different, but I feel like the best way to find your hope and your faith, of course, is to look within yourself. Oftentimes, like, when we get off track, it's because of this distracting ass world, this world of illusions. Everybody's got their way that they think is the right way, when the truth being told, there's no one way that's the right way for everyone. So what can work for me may not work for you. And if we have everybody around us telling us, you should do this, you should do that, you need to do this, you need to do that, this is how you find success. You're failing if you're doing this, and you're not successful, you're stupid if you believe in that. Yeah, sometimes these things may be helpful, but they can also be detrimental to our own journey and our own path. I'm pretty much saying that it's not wrong to listen to other people and take constructive criticism and take advice from others, but we have to be discerning with the advice that we take and applying it to what feels right to us. Because there's experiences that other people have had that will make our life so much easier if we just listen, but at the same time, what worked for them is not going to always work for you. And you have to be able to discern that within yourself. You have to know what it is that you need on your path. And I'm not gonna lie, like, that's not always easy. It's trial and error. I think it's important to first know that if you're feeling depressed, know that there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that you have done wrong. If anything, you need to take time to take care of yourself. You need to take time to give back to yourself. And I know from experience that, when we're dealing with depression, that can be very hard. When you're feeling depressed, you want to lay in bed all day. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to see anybody. You don't even want to get up and take a shower. Like, I know, I get it. I've been there. Realize that the depression that you're feeling is a feeling. And the only person that has any type of control over your feelings is yourself, unless you give it to somebody else, then you're giving away your power. Also, like I just said, take care of yourself. Give yourself what you need physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially. So that means even though you don't want to get in the shower because you feel so low, get up and do it anyways. It's going to make you feel better. Even though you don't want to see anybody, get yourself out there. Look for friends that are going to uplift you. You know, it's very important, first of all, if you're feeling that low, you don't want to surround yourself with a bunch of low vibrational beings, a bunch of people that's just also going to make you feel even lower. You know, you have to pick yourself up. The best way to do that is, you know, get out and get yourself around some positive minded people, some people that are going to speak life into you. Oftentimes when we start feeling that feeling of depression, we want to eat junk food and we start feeling fat and even more lazy. You know, eat something healthy. Eat a salad, or you know, everybody don't want to eat a salad, so just eat something that's got nutrition in it. You want to feed yourself with positive energy. Take a walk. Nature is so refreshing. I know, you know, where I am in Wisconsin, it's pretty fucking cold. So I don't blame you if you don't want to be outside in the cold right now. But, you know, even if you just like, you know, if you had a car or something and you go sit by a lake in your nice warm car with the heat on, bro, like, get yourself out of the house. Get yourself around some positive, uplifting energy. I keep saying that this world is so fucking distracting. Use these distractions in a beneficial way. You know, just pay attention to what it is that you're consuming. If you want to go online on YouTube and watch videos, go on YouTube and watch some videos that are going to uplift you. Watch some, if you're not into Christian or into preaching or like sermons, you know, watch something like Ralph Smart or like somebody else that I like, Jessica Alexandria. She gives a lot of good motivational conversation through astrology and tarot. Or, you know, just, you know, watch something that's going to feed your soul, that's going to help you see that you are not stuck in the situation that you're in. You know, you have to first realize that you're not stuck where you are. You're not hopeless. You are in control of your destiny. You are creating your life with the divine spirit. And this moment of depression, you know, it's not going to last forever, but it is meant to bring you some discomfort so that you're able to see that something needs to change. Okay, so once again, that is all that I have for you in this episode. Please make sure if you like this episode and you're listening on Apple Podcast, I would very much appreciate if you take some time just to leave Leo the Lion a 5-star review. And if you don't have Apple, I don't blame you. You know, I don't have Apple either. You can go on, if you're listening to Spotify, you know, there's a question somewhere. And make sure you engage and answer the question. I love you so much, and I'm always praying for you. And just know that how you feel right now is not how it's going to be forever. Everything is going to be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. Okay? Until next time. Bye. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you subscribe to Leo the Lion so you get notified each time I post a new episode. Also, make sure you follow me, Leo, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at L Leo, the L Lion. If you'd like to join my community, where you're allowed to express yourself freely without judgment, you can find my Facebook group at Be Unique. That's BYOUnique. Okay, see you there. All the links will be down in the description, so make sure you check that out. And until next time, I'm wishing you wellness, peace of mind, and a loving open heart. Bye.